this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my scalping session. We're looking at S&P 500 M&A futures. And the structure of the market right now is in a weak bullish trend. It's not a strong trend. We had a slow consolidation here. So we had a second entry long at the key entry point, but it happened super quickly while I was getting ready to set up my chart and identify the structure. So I wasn't really ready to enter, but it doesn't matter anyway because the stop loss was 6 points. I still would have used deeper limit order and there was no fill. Fortunately, there would be no fill anyway, but now we have market working here. I have small overshoot. I drew the spike in a channel pattern because the big one seems a little bit too broad, because this is a consolidation and it feels like this was the move where the uptrend really started. Technically here, but we're going sideways here. This is the point where we push higher, and this really is not coming into play as much. So I'm focusing mainly on this structure. As you already know, as a price action trader, I need to always identify key entry points. So we identified the bias, one leg break, second leg, 2 legs down. So it was a great setup, but we needed smaller bar. And now I'm still thinking about buying. I'm going to be a little more patient because overshoot can generate stronger correction. We have high impact news in 1 minute, and the structure right now is not clear. The overshoot generated very strong push down, so it looks like we may not get new high, but the downtrend played out. So very unclear structure, many patterns working together, and once this is happening, once I can see connecting variables, I have to remain patient. We're pushing above EMA, or actually we're reversing down. That's the high impact news. You can see you cannot trade around the news. This can happen, a spike in volatility. Perfect example why I'm staying out of this. But I need more information. I need some established structure because I want to take a high probability setup. Okay, the setup that has a very high chance of working, it means everything aligns. And I'm not sure exactly what the structure is. I can just take impulsive setup and gamble, and I don't want to be gambling. So that's an important part. Remain patient, take a break if you have to. Alright, I was considering a second entry short, new low, first entry short, pullback, but there was no break below the signal bar. So there was no second entry short, so I cannot enter. Now you have a second entry short, but the signal bar is 8 points big. We expect new low, but I cannot take it. As you can see, we're going sideways, so I'm predicting consolidation. Buy is still very unclear, so I'm just trying to follow short-term trend line rule. I'm no longer looking for this uptrend because we were supposed to get new high here. We failed, so I'm just following short-term trend lines. Had there been a great second entry short, I could have considered, but this one is way too big. We pull back into the trend range, so I expect new high to be tested. I was looking for first entry long, second entry long, but the signal bar is bearish bar, which I cannot go long above bearish bar. Double bar entry is way too big. Stop loss has to go here. So I expect second entry long to new high because EMA keeps holding. Even small triple test is here. So you can see we are in a consolidation. Downtrend played out. Most breakouts will fail. We push above, which is confirming the bullish bias. If I'm going to zoom back, I can see market moves in pairs of twos. One leg pull back, second leg down. Push above EMA, but I'm waiting here because the signal bar is bearish. Because prices kept pushing higher after new high, I like spike in a channel pattern because he spiked up. I have some nice market geometry. It aligns with the EMA. You have a second entry long, but I have shortened downtrend working lower. So if I get a high low above EMA, I would consider because I'm liking the spike in a channel pattern because it really looks structured. So here we had the high low confirmation setup, which ended up working nicely to new high, but at this point I was looking for high low above EMA here. It got too congested. You can see flat EMA in all these bars, so even though it worked, it's quite congested. We have a false second entry short here, but it's simply way too far up, terrible bar. So it's a shame this high low formed in the middle of this consolidation because it was a great setup context wise. Downtrend played away to break new low, but didn't form neck clean. So decent price action, couple decent setups. It's predictable. Second entry short down, second entry long here, high low here, but signal bars are terrible. No trigger here, bad bar here, and congestion here. So even though price action context is very predictable, there's just not that many ways to enter with nice clean signal bar. I just came back from my break and we have a nice uptrend established. First swing, second swing, almost third swing confirmation, but we keep working higher, so this uptrend makes sense. So the bias is bullish. I took a high-low confirmation setup of the visual to like a pullback. If I'm going to zoom out, you can see we have a nice confirm uptrend. We have one swing, second swing, almost like a third swing confirmation. But because we keep working higher, the wider channel seems solid. And this is a two-legged pullback down. We have a visual second entry long and high-low confirmation setup above the EMA. I'm scalping 7 contracts for 2 points, and leaving 1 contract as a runner in case we can catch major push phase. Stop loss has to go 1 tick below the signal bar. This is a 2-legged pullback down, break in new extreme, and this is where the correction phase ended. There's a 1 tick low, so there's a first entry short failure. So this is a high low above EMA. It's quite big, so I use limit order. I should have used deeper limit order because the bar is really big, but hopefully we can get the scalp here. Just a few more ticks. We're bouncing my door, but we need to tick through, and we tick through. So I'm moving my runner to break even because anything we make right now is just a bonus. And we have 1 leg down, break, 2nd leg down, downtrend played out with the break, push to new extreme. And you can see at the bottom here or here, this is where you expect correction phase to end and a brand new push phase to start. So because we had visual to like a pullback and we pushed above EMA, I'm expecting this correction phase to deplete and have a brand new push phase working higher. So this was a high low here of the 2-legged pullback and resumption of a brand new push phase. We are breaking the uptrend, so right now I need to see push above EMA to resume buying again because the correction can take some time. Alright traders, I'm gonna wrap it up with my one trade. So this is the overall structure for today. We're going to talk about today's session because we started with quite a decent bullish push working higher. You have a minute 2-legged pullback with a great second entry long, but as I talked about, it is quite big and limit order never retraced, not even a little bit. So you basically have to risk almost 6 points, which is significant risk. Then we had overshoot, which is overbought area, so you can expect stronger correction in the opposite direction, which is exactly what happened. Congestion here right around the news, so we have to skip trading right around the news just a few minutes before and a few minutes after, just to make sure you're not going to get trapped in whipsaw of volatility. I was really expecting new high for this uptrend to get tested. It didn't make it, reverse down. So once we push down here, I'm no longer paying attention to this uptrend and we're focusing on the second entry short, which as I talked about, there was no break below this bar. Otherwise, we can enter the second entry short. By the time we get a second entry short, it's way too big. Breaking new extreme, visual to like a pullback. You can see you have flat exponential moving average 20 bar EMA. You have consistent pricing up and down. So you have to draw some consolidation. You have to look for these patterns, for these key levels. And since there's no trending market, consolidation makes sense. Massive spike indicating bullish reversal. You have a second entry long. I decided to market more aggressive. Stop loss has to go below the initial bar, so it's quite big. Context wise, great second entry long, triple test. You expect new high for this uptrend, but like I said, the second bar is not the greatest. Then I can see how nicely EMA aligns with the trend line. You keep working higher after new high, you keep working higher. You can't even break below EMA. So this is a sign there is additional spike in the channel pattern, not just this uptrend breaking new high. I have to draw downtrend working lower. I have a second entry long here, but I cannot take it because the downtrend is clearly in play. Break, double trap is an inside bar, so we can't take inside bar. Like I said, we want to see the high low, which we have it here, but it's quite stacked, so more aggressive breaking new high, reversal down, and this was pivotal. Actually, I was about to mark this one right here. This was important because you have a downtrend breaking new extreme. This is where you expect, if trading range is the main pattern, for sellers to have stronger downtrend established. That didn't happen. You have a break in new low and you have instant push above EMA, indicating empty room at the bottom, confirming bullish bias and indicating some bullish imbalance. This was important area because downtrend cannot get a break and significant push down. You have tiny break new low and instant push above EMA, which means there's a new low first entry short, second entry short failure. This is a great setup. You can now consider buying because it's inside the trend line. It is at the EMA. It is a great second entry short because the downtrend played out. Second entry long didn't trigger above this bar, so we can't really take it. Then there is no good setup here. We're just going sideways. You need to be a little more patient. There is no downtrend. It's just sideways consolidation. You cannot go long below EMA. You cannot sell. Once you're forming a series of high and low, this is where the bullish momentum is kicking back in. The buyers are back in the market, ready to go long, but I don't see any good setup here. No second entry long, no nothing about EMA. You just can't go long here. No safe pattern. Then you saw me taking the high-low confirmation step with it to get pulled back. This second entry long has a horrible bearish bar. It's not even fully touching the EMA, so we cannot take it above this bar. We need to correct a little bit more, but this high-low was great. And then we expect new high, but simply it was too late. You only can go long after you push above EMA, but at this point everyone's taking profits and the market is about to close. So this is a decent price action, not too many setups. It is not as clear and not as easy as we had, for example, yesterday. But still, if you're patient, you can get 2 or 3 easy setups. You just need to be a little bit more patient because they are more spread out apart from each other. But I hope you had a good trade. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to talk to you next time. Good luck in your trading.